The two-day series of inspections of locations in the Cradock Four inquest also will be continuing today. Now, this is part of the Gqeberha High Court bid to gather evidence. Today, the court will move to the crime scene in Blue Water Bay. And let's get more from our reporter on this story, Kim Daniels. Kim, this must be an incredibly interesting part of this trial. Talk to us about the gathering of information that's currently happening.
Good morning, Leanne. Yeah, very, very interesting. As you mentioned, yesterday was day one of inspection in loco. And I mean, to be an outsider and see exactly how the courts go about looking at these scenes and the evidence that they gather was very interesting. It's a similar situation that they did with the Jocelyn Smith case not too long ago, where they actually went to the scene of the crime. But in this instance, as we understand, the crime happened in 1985, which is 40 years ago, later this month. So they went to certain areas that were pivotal to the case. So we started off yesterday at the police station, where there was a room within this police station in Gqeberha, formerly known as Cradock, where they surveilled the Cradock Four, where they tapped their phones and pinned their locations. So the judicial, the entire entourage went in there and they saw exactly what happened. And most of the day was narrated by the nephew of the late Matthew Gqeberha, that's Mbolelo Gqeberha. As we understand, he fought right alongside the Cradock Four. He was there, he saw all the action. Well, not when they were abducted and killed, but he was there for all the situations prior to that. He narrated yesterday how they were assaulted, how they were attacked, how their lives were threatened by the then apartheid police, how they were gun pointed, forced off the road, out of their cars. He even mentioned when we were at the Gqeberha house yesterday, which was also one of the areas that we visited within Gqeberha, where they held their meetings, how when they figured out one night that the hall was bugged was when they switched the mics on it and made a screeching sound. So when they investigated, they found what they called then a tamati, which was a type of mic, type of listening device, so that then the government could listen in on their meetings to see what they were planning. What's most importantly, I think, out of yesterday when we visited the Gqeberha house, the homestead, the son of Matthew Gqeberha, he was visibly, I don't want to use the word distraught, but he felt a lot of emotion. We even spoke to him last night, and he said hearing the stories over and over again, but now actually being in the homestead, hearing the stories of how the houses were raided. He even remembers being a very young boy how the homes were raided by the then government, by the then police, looking for his dad, looking for activists to try and either arrest or kill. And then we ended off the day yesterday on the N10 just before Olifantshoek Pass. This was the area in which they were abducted before they were ultimately killed in Gqeberha, and that's where we headed off today. At around 10 we'll meet the judicial entourage at the High Court here in Gqeberha, and then we will travel out to Blue Water Bay, to Kucha, to all these areas or the death scenes of the Cradock Four, that being Gqeberha, Gqeberha, Mhlauli and Mkonto. So it is going to be a bit of an emotional day, especially for the family. I mean, it can be a traumatic thing to relive all of these things. The sons last night mentioned to me that none of them have actually been to the scenes of their father's death. So this is going to be something new to them, something new to experience. And if time permits today, we will head back into court for that first testimony of Lukanyo Gqeberha. He is the son of the late Gqeberha. So we'll see how the day goes, but we'll be following and giving updates throughout.
All right, Kim Daniels, very emotional inquest that you're following there, and I'm sure today is going to be very much so the same. Look forward to your reporting on it. That's Kim Daniels in Gqeberha.